there, wrestling fans, and welcome to another episode of the internationally known Dudes at Ringside podcast. I'm your host, Joe the Panther the Third, and now from the top of Middle Mountain in the middle of the mosh pit, it's the Happy Heel himself, the Metal Geek.
What's going on, Ringside Crew? What's going on, International? What's going on, everybody? What's going on, Joe? How's it going today?
Not too much. Right before we introduce our awesome guest, I just want to announce that I will be attending Warriors of Wrestling in Brooklyn, New York with my lovely twin sister, Super Sassy Chica, on Saturday night at 8 p.m. Get your tickets if you have not. This roster is stacked and the card is absolutely fantastically crazy. Geek, is there anything you're doing this coming crazy week?
Nothing this week. I got nothing this week, but in the future I got some stuff coming up.
Well, yeah, that's gonna be fun. I'll be definitely sending you tons of clips from that show. We have, oh my gosh, there's some really awesome wrestlers on the roster. I'll post the video later on today or this week. So, Geek, hey Vinny, what a fan! After a fun weekend with Vinny, I was hanging out with Vinny Geek. I literally was hanging out with our number one fan the whole weekend. He was doing our intro the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
But you weren't there to do that. He was even pointing over to get you to cue. Isn't that cool?
Yeah, okay.
And I said, Geeky wasn't here. Geek's not here. Even Dad said it. So Let's give a warm Dudes at Ringside welcome to Wynn's own, NYWC's own, Long Island's own, Alvarez.
Alvarez. Oh, what's up? Welcome back, Alvin.
What's up? How's everybody doing tonight?
How's it going?
Good, man. How you guys doing? All right?
Good.
Great, man. It's great to have you back, Alvin.
What's up? Yeah, man. Yeah, that's what's up.
What's the last time you were on? I forgot. Was it like?
It was. I think he opened. Didn't he open? Did you open or you?
The season opener.
I think I was.
Right.
I was.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So
man.
Your turn, Geek. Your turn.
Yeah. So So we've been very busy the past 2 months since last time we talked, man. So
I have been. It's been crazy.
Yeah.
Must have picked up the last 2 months, so it's been really good. Really good.
So if you want to talk a little bit about the whole thing, we could just get right started with the match you had working with Tony Neese and Appoloyn. If you want, about sorry,
we could even start even before that. We could start with VPW and Adam Cain. We could start.
We could do that. We could start that. Right?
Yeah. So I just finished a 4 corners match. Okay. So I get the match, win the match, turn around, and there's Adam Cain. Okay. So I know exactly what he's doing. I've done it for years in all different federations. So you sneak attack on the biggest guy. Got it. So when I got to the back, that's why I said exactly what I said, because I know exactly what game he's playing. But you know what? I'm going to one-up him. And if I get the win, I want the 3 minutes with Silky Smooth. So that's what I said in the promo. So the Street Fight is on for April 15th. VPW back at Pro Game Athletics in Bayshore. So those tickets are available now, vpwwrestling.com. So that's set. And then we just finished up about a week and a half ago, the Psycho Circus 20, which was insane. I know you guys were there.
I was. Geek was there.
At least the Geek was there. Yeah, at least the Geek was there. So what was your take, Geek? What was your highlight of the whole show in its entirety?
I thought the whole show was absolutely amazing. Everything start to finish. Every match was absolutely amazing. Your match between you, Appoloyn, and Tony Neese told a great story, like a whole 20-year history, and I absolutely loved it, man. I thought that match was absolutely awesome. And you getting the win over Appoloyn right there and pinning Appoloyn.
Yeah.
That triple threat.
You know what? It was a match that I wanted. So I wanted that match for a really long time. I know I needed the match with Neese. I know I wanted that match and needed that match. just from him being my trainer to me even having my first ever match with him in front of anybody, in front of any type of crowd. It was actually a birthday show in May of 2012, and that was my first ever match ever in gear in front of any crowd. It was with him, a singles match with him. And then we had one of having another singles match on shows like a year later. But I really know that I've grown as a wrestler since then, since 2013. So I wanted to really show him, hey, we are good friends, but I want you to know that I'm just as good as you. You know what I'm saying? Yes, you trained me. Yes, you are my trainer, one of my mentors, but I can do this just as well as you can. And just because you're on TV doesn't mean that I didn't hold my end of the bargain. Because he knows it just as well as anybody else knows that anyone can be told no. You only need one yes. And they told Neese no 1,000 times because I was always there on those car rides with him, driving to training. And after he got a no, when he was with Impact, they told him no. When he went and saw John Laurinaitis, told him to cut his hair because he looked like Trent Beretta. Stuff like that, the inside shit that I know, that many other people don't know about him, that he's been told no 1,000 times. So for him to say, that he held his bargain of the deal and I didn't is bullshit, honestly. Because he got told no, I got told no. So that's the story I wanted to tell going into the circus, that I needed to win. I needed to win. And I kind of tossed Apollyon in there. He did come out for my back at Sideshow. You guys are at Sideshow, right? Or at least
I was Geek was there. Geek was there.
Yeah, the Geek. Yeah. So Geek. So you saw a Sideshow. He came out, after the promo, and that was awesome. He came out and had my back. But you know what? I never beat Apollyon either. So at that point, I might as well throw everybody in the ring. Psycho Circus 20, we go back 20 years. Let's just do it and see where our friendship lasts after that. And you guys saw the photos you posted before, the photos from the circus. That was it, man. In front of the sold-out Farmingville Fire Department, the three best friends went at it right here. My man Jumbo was the referee. That's such a solid shot. Man, that's one hell. Yeah, man, that's one hell of a shot. You know what I'm saying? That really tells
needs to be sent and put in a frame, Alvin. I
yeah.
swear. Geek needs to send you that picture.
Yeah. Yeah, I have that photo somewhere. Somebody posted a photo. I saw it. I think I might have posted it.
That needs to be autographed. Geek ideas.
Yeah, definitely. We need to have all three of them.
Huh. I may print it and then have all three of us sign it.
That'd be awesome. But yeah. So
yeah. So and then we told the story. And so where did the friendship end up? So the friendship ending up with me getting the win over Apollyon, him saying, all right, man, here, it's your turn. And then I turn to Neese to get the handshake, and he walks away saying, I didn't pin him.
Man.
So you know what that did? It put the chip back on my shoulder. So now I have to pin you.
So now you got to get that one-on-one match eventually.
Now it one up me. So now everything just turned up a notch. You know what I'm saying? My training, my diet, everything just turned up a notch because now I have to beat you. So now I'm going to get my name out there just like you did and do the exact same things you did. And then when I get there, I'll beat you when it matters on TV. At least that's how I have it written in my brain. So,
yeah.
But that's my plan. But anyway, yes. Yeah.
So you,
go ahead, brother.
No, continue, Alvin. I'm sorry. I just want to listen.
I was going to segue that right to win. So that's the exact reason why I'm coming to win, because the SATs think they have something, and they do have something. So I'm coming to test to see what they have, and I'm happy Paul Lauria is involved, because I studied those guys early on. I studied the SATs early on. Like I've said in different podcasts, when we were in the backyard, Neese had a whole group that modeled themselves like the SATs. So we've been watching this group. Yeah, that's Neese. See the one guy below me towards the left of the photo wearing red? They all wore that black and red because the SATs were that red color, that orange color. So they modeled themselves just like the SATs because we used to watch those guys in HWA. So the fact that now I'm on shows with them is awesome, but then I also want to see what they got. I want to see if I'm better than the SATs. So eventually I want to get in the ring with Joel and Jose and all those guys. You know what I'm saying? Like that's my objective, and that's why I'm going to win, is to not only test my skills, but get in the ring with those guys that I've learned from, that come from the same learning tree, that Mikey Whipwreck old school learning tree.
Yeah. So yeah, that buy your tickets now if you guys have not bought your ticket, because
March
man, the
31st.
SAT is running a promotion.
Yeah.
Going to be absolutely crazy, man.
You're
You have
insane.
no
You're gonna be
idea.
insane if you have not bought your tickets yet for
Oh,
an
man.
SATs show.
And
We're talking about
yeah.
the real SATs, the real ones, not them phony gringos that say they're the SATs. We're talking the real SATs.
The real the SATs. I'll just explain it quickly, just in case anybody's watching that doesn't know who the SATs are. The SATs were the Spanish announce team, Jose and Joel. Okay, and they pretty much put not only tag team wrestling on the map for Long Island, but across the globe. But they put a different style out there, a style that you're seeing today on TV. That Sammy Guevara style that they call the Spanish Fly. That's a move that they created off the top rope. So it's called this. People do the Spanish Fly, but it's because of them. It's because of the SATs. Also, the Canadian Destroyer is another move that they innovated that they put on the wrestling map. So the SATs. Also, they were early TNA. The SATs were there. Amazing Red, early TNA, early Ring of Honor. They were the guys that opened Ring of Honor. You know what I'm saying? All the guys right before CM Punk and Samoa Joe was the SATs. You know what I'm saying? So these guys were very influential, not only, like I said, to Long Island wrestling, but to wrestling as a whole. So that's the promotion you're going to see on March 31st. So you're seeing a whole new revolution that started in 1998, 1999. You know what I'm saying? So this is now a 24-year Long Island, like I said, not just Long Island, but just wrestling as a whole. You're seeing 24 years. And now you're seeing not only guys from back then, but you're seeing new guys like myself now debuting, going against these old guys. I think Chavo Guerrero was on the last show, wasn't he? Isn't he a part of the SCTs now? Yeah. Like, this is wild. Chavo Guerrero. You may see Chavo Guerrero on Friday, March 31st. So I'm going to say. I think you should buy your ticket just for that alone. I would. I know me as a wrestling fan, I would.
Guerrero,
yeah, definitely Chavo, man. He's a legend right there.
A Guerrero and say, "Wow, sir, nice to meet you." You know,
like if he's there, that's another reason why I'm coming. If he's there, I want to work with Chavo. Like that'll be an awesome 8 to 10 minute learning experience for me just to be in the ring with Chavo Guerrero. You know what I'm saying? Like stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know, why not? Why not test my skills?
Or just pick his brain. You don't even have to like get the ring with him. We could just sit in the corner and be like, "Hey, get a bottle of water." What's a can of water? Oh, there's cans of water.
Yeah. There are boxes of water now.
I know. I had that at work.
I know.
It was like $1 or something. Whatever the price is, but you could sit in the corner and drink your box of water and just and just throw cards and just
Chavo's good dude.
Talk shop and like pick his brain and sit under the tree of Guerrero and just learn. You know, like.
Oh yeah, I've been on a couple shows with Chavo. Yeah, man, he's a really good dude. Really good.
Knowledge is power, man.
You know, yeah. Oh no, yeah, exactly. Knowledge is power. You know.
So where did the absolute name come from exactly?
Okay.
And
All right. So the absolute name actually came from a good friend of mine, Cade Lothbrock, as you guys would know, old Stockade. I needed something because I was calling myself the solution to pro wrestling. It's the kind of best moniker I could really come up with at the time. But I was doing a lot of heel work at Ace. So I needed something. I wanted to up my game as a heel, and I needed a character, something I could sell, and something I could be. So Stockade called me one day, and he's like, "Listen, I just passed an Absolute vodka truck," and he's like, "It'd be a really dick thing to call yourself Absolute Alvin. I think that'd be a really asshole thing to say to people." I'm like, "All right." I was willing to try anything because I wanted something. And I was honestly just throwing stuff at the wall to see what would stick, you know. So I'm like, all right, let's try it. So I decided to change the singlets. I had all my singlets had Solution on the back, so I dumped all those singlets. Well, I saved them because I wanted to regenerate them later on. But I put those singlets aside and bought like the Star singlet. I just bought different singlets to try to just be like the superstar. So I was like, you know what, let's turn this into like a superstar gimmick, like almost I would say like 2000 corporate rock.
Okay.
Like that very high class, I'm better than you. I would say I'm from the bright lights of New York City. You know, and early on I would have like when we did the A-listers in NYWC, I would have like a driver, and I was going on these Kiss cruises. I was going on the Kiss cruise every year. So I was really hanging out with Kiss, like Gene Simmons and stuff. So I posted these photos and I would say, yeah, I'm going to meet Paul Stanley. Like, I'll see you guys later. But it was kind of true because I really was really with Paul Stanley. And they say the best gimmicks are just, myself times 1,000. And that was really me. I was really going on these cruises. So I just threw it. I was like, hey, let's multiply this, yeah, really, this superstar, I really know Gene Simmons. If you don't think, here's a photo of me. Here you go. And it's a real photo of me and Gene Simmons. So it was fun. And so that's kind of how I mimicked the gimmick. And it worked for me because I was real life going on these cruises and I was single at the time. So, I was going out, me and my friend went to the Dominican Republic and we were just being around and out. So I just snapped photos and little videos. Hey, look where I am. And the beach is behind me, the A-listers. And I would just run with that, and it clicked. So that's where the absolute gimmick came from. And that's how I developed, especially as a heel. So now I'm trying to see how that fits as a babyface, like who was Absolute Alvin as a babyface. So we'll see where it goes. I mean, I'm a babyface in VPW and I'm a babyface in NYWC, so we'll see kind of where I'm headed. I know NYWC I dropped earlier today. I'll be in the Master of the Mat. Yeah, so that'll be fun. I'm in the qualifying for the Master of the Mat. Yeah, so I think it's me, Dickie Rods, Christian Nunez, and Rad Brenson. Rad Brenson.
That match is going to be awesome, by the way.
Awesome. I'm looking forward to it. Oh, yeah.
Geek will be there too. So.
Oh, nice. Yeah,
I'll be there. Yeah, of course I'll be there. Well, not Master Math, the Aftermath. I'll be there.
Yeah, it's going to be a great show, man. Because I think that's one of the Master of the Mat qualifiers, and there's another Master of the Mat qualifier, and then we already know who's the two participants in the Master of the Mat: Hot Sauce Tracer Williams and
Alex Coughlin.
Alex Coughlin. Yeah, so that'll be cool. And then of course Big O and
Cardona.
And Matt Cardona. So that's going to be awesome.
That's going to be an awesome match too. The whole card is stacked.
Yeah, who's going to challenge Dan Barry, the new Fusion champion? Who's challenging him?
Maybe Joey again. Maybe rematch.
We'll yeah, where does Joey go? Is Sal Savelli going to cash in his Joker's Wild Battle Royal card?
Who knows?
Who knows,
man?
We'll see on Saturday, March 25th.
That's definite, man.
Yeah, it'll be cool.
So, Alvin, have you ever thought of I know you wrestle in Connecticut and places like in New Jersey. Have you wrestled in Pennsylvania yet or not yet?
I was thinking about that the other day. I haven't.
Hit up PPW. Definitely hit up PPW.
Yeah.
They have a good roster.
I saw. I think VSK and those guys are doing that. Eric James. These guys are over there. Yeah, cool. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you know what? I was in Philly backstage for AEW. But I didn't get a dark match. But that was I've been at wrestling shows in Pennsylvania, but never just didn't wrestle.
Yeah, I'll be on the 18th. Sorry.
Oh, actually, the 18th, I will be up in Springfield, Massachusetts.
Oh yeah, that's when you were talking about. Yeah.
I'll be back at New Age Wrestling. Yeah.
If you weren't going to be at that show, I was going to be like, definitely look for John Rambo and message him and see if there's still a spot for the Rumble. Oh, yeah. That'd have been cool as hell to meet you, dude. Been like, dude,
that'd be dope. That'd be dope.
Here's a lanyard. Isn't it a lanyard for your many keys?
I'm sure we'll cross paths eventually.
Probably this year.
Eventually down the road.
Yeah. So when you look at the talent acquired by Win, veteran names like PJ Savage, Chris Cage, Papa Don, the Cause of All, Joey Conway, Brendan, is there a dream match you would like to have out of those guys, or
Eventually, absolute Chris Cage. Me and him got to get it on. You know what I'm saying? Eventually.
Yeah, Chris Cage, the absolute gimmick.
Either that or tag team. So we got to see. Actually, I'll be with him next Saturday. He's actually the New Age Wrestling champion.
You call yourself the absolute tag team right there.
Yeah, we'll see. So
or the absolute. You should call yourself the absolute.
Yeah.
I want to see you wrestle Conway, to be honest with you.
Yeah, we'll see. Okay,
that would be a throwdown. That would have to be. If I was GM right now, it was me and Geek are sharing the job as GM. That match for me would have to be like either a really heavy hardcore match or a no holds barred. Like
Yeah.
everything's on the table. It doesn't matter where
Or,
you
or
are.
would you go Joey's way and make it
Yeah.
a casket match?
Oh man. Oh yeah.
He would
Or
decorate it like the Undertaker would, make like put your name
Yeah.
on it and then put the kiss symbol on the bottom of the coffin.
or I'll just bring him into my world and we could do cuffed and caged
Oh man,
where I'm undefeated, 2-0.
Oh,
2-0.
Joey, you hear this? You hear this, Joey?
So we'll see. We'll see.
Somewhere that Joey is smashing his laptop and then regretting it because he can't hear the rest of the podcast.
That's it. He lost out.
His Apple just logged him out because he smashed his laptop too hard.
Yeah, right. Yeah, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So what does it mean to be signed to a promotion in the beginning stages, to be part of the foundation and help it grow? Like the beginning, how does it feel like to be in the beginning, a win and everything?
It's good. It feels good because you never know what the possibilities are. Whenever you start a promotion, you never know how big it's going to get. When NYWC started, it was like, okay, we're great to be around 4 years. Like we didn't know how big it's going to get. Who knows? It would go 20 years. Be one of the longest promotions on Long Island. So who knows? And it's backed by the guys who started Long Island Wrestling. The SCTs and Paul Lauria. You know what I'm saying? So they're in the driver's seat, and it's like you really can't go wrong with people that run a promotion that have been doing this for so long. So sky's the limit. The guys are hungry. Locker room is hungry. That's why I'm part of the locker room. That's why I called out the locker room, because I know they're hungry. So I know I'll get a good match out of any one of those guys. So who's going to step up? Who's first on the list? That's all. There you go.
I mean, you also mentioned NYWC. I mean, there's like, they basically started the whole Long Island circuit, basically.
Yeah.
If you think about it, because I didn't think about it until now, like I think Paul posted it, that it's like Creative Pro started because of NYWC. House of Glory started because of NYWC. And all these little promotions started just because of NYWC.
Well, Mikey was friends with Paul Lauria. See, Mikey Whipwreck, Paul Lauria, Storm McNorman, they were all friends, just like me, Neese, and Jeff are. They all grew up together. So when Mikey made it to ECW, they were all friends, same like we were to Neese. You know what I'm saying? So when Mikey came back to train guys, it was the HWA, the Hardcore Wrestling Alliance. That was one of the major feds in Suffolk County, at least. Nassau County had the Long Island Wrestling Federation, which is a lot of guys from the Doghouse were a part of. There's guys like Papadon, Grim Reaper, Mike Law. Those guys are from the Doghouse. So that's how kind of Long Island Wrestling started. And then as the HWA closed its doors, the Mikey started a fed called the QWA, Question Mark Wrestling Alliance. They ran 2 shows. And then what happened with Mikey wound up joining with Curse, who had Critical Mass Pro Wrestling, which was the training camp for the Long Island Wrestling Federation. They decided to join forces and say, you know what, let's do a connection. Let's do the New York Wrestling Connection. And that's the foundation of NYWC. And then actually the HWA had a Psycho Circus. So that was the inaugural Psycho Circus, was under the HWA banner. And then the NYWC took it over, and then that's what the 20 years are for. But that's the foundation of Long Island Wrestling. So Mikey was training all these guys, and then Mikey wound up training Amazing Red. Mikey trained the SCTs. Curse trained Cardona. Curse trained Brian Myers. So they all stem from Curse. So when Brian opened up Creative Pro, that's from Mikey and Curse. You know what I'm saying? When House of Glory opened up, Amazing Red, that was Mikey Whipwreck. You know what I'm saying? So there you go.
Yeah, so it's like basically like the New York Wrestling Connection right there. It lived up its name right there.
And that was it. And then VPW came in 2005, so they came about 2 years after the VPW started doing shows.
And they were running out of the Deer Park Community Center too, I believe, right?
They were. I forgot where they were at first. I think they were there together. I'm not exactly sure because I didn't see any early VPW shows. I first found out about VPW when NYWC already had the Sportatorium. That was in 2008. So they started running the community center from 2008 to I think like to 2011, 2010 maybe, and then they moved it out to Center Reach.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
See, as
So
you were talking about VPW, me and Geek started out like going to NYWC, and then we kind of like found our way to VPW like a cartoon cat finding a pie on the window. We're just
yeah,
like,
yeah,
that
because
smells good.
what's crazy is the old guy Sean that used to run VPW and John Curse. The way that they did business, the way VPW did business was a little shady because they would put like wrestling this way on the show nights we had shows, like NYWC had shows. So some of our audience would think they're at the NYWC was at the community center. Some of our fans went there, saw wrestling, and then VPW would take the fans. So it was
Mm.
wild. That's why when I first started wrestling in 2011, I wasn't allowed to work VPW. Like if you were NYWC, you were NYWC. If you VPW, you VPW. So that's why I never got to intermingle with guys like VSK, Eric James, Tibbs, Fulton, because those guys were strictly VPW. I was strictly NYWC. So I didn't work these guys until I crossed over to VPW. But they ran right on top of us for a long time, and it was like, what are they doing? So they were taking a lot of our fans, and that's how they did business. So I didn't go over there till the guy Sean left. And then the guy Lenny, who's one of friends with Jeff, wanted to be one of the bookers there, and he brought me in. So I was one of the first people to actually cross over. If you really think about it, I think I might have been the first, NYWC guy to really cross over, and vice versa. And then Dan Barry wanted to come in, and I got Stockade over there and stuff like that.
and Red was there too. Wasn't Red there for a little while, or
Red? I think Red was VPW, I believe. So Red. Yeah, but Red stopped doing NYWC shows at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Red did shows up until I want to say until went to TNA. Well, once Red went over TNA, I want to say that was like 2007 ish.
Mm-hmm.
Then he stopped doing shows for NYWC, and he was just doing VPW or whatever he was doing over there. Yeah.
Lately, I've been noticing that you and a bunch of other people have been doing both, which is absolutely awesome. I've noticed like Mouse has been doing like both, and I'm like, wow.
You didn't see that years ago.
No, right?
That's like the WWE, fucking WCW. Like you didn't see that. Like the guys did cross promote, and then I was, like I said, I was one of the first guys. And then we're going to get, like I said, Dan Bowery and Mouse does it now, and there's a couple guys. Boo was coming back and forth. So now we use guys. Pat actually, Fat Pat, who's Pat Fitzpatrick. He was doing VPW. Then he's back in NYWC.
Delta House.
Yeah.
Delta House is actually in NYW, kind of doing both now too.
Yeah. Delta House too was there because they were in the Rumble. Yeah, or the Battle Royal.
And they were in that tag match during NYWC as well. Like I think it was, which one was it? What show? I
think they were. You're right. Yeah,
well, it was an opening tag match. It was.
I remember them being there.
I think it was Jay and
Jay's on the roster. Yeah, because he actually went out with Christian Nunez one show. So yeah. I'm
glad to see like the both intermingle, just because now you could actually get those dream matches. Like, I wonder what it would have been like if this guy wrestled over here or this guy wrestled. You know what I mean?
Like VSK Stockade. Like that match was awesome.
That match was awesome. To be honest with you.
like those. That's a dream match I would love to see as a fan. So when I got a chance to see it, it was great.
I mean, that match was a couple months ago. VPW, I believe.
That's a while ago. That's actually probably like a year ago now. That match was a while ago. But
was it? Wow, it was a year ago.
Yeah, it was a while ago. It was probably about a year ago now. But that was good.
Yeah, and that match, man, absolutely awesome, man. I think,
yeah.
I
And Wrestling
think
Open is cool now too. I haven't done that yet, but Wrestling Open seems really dope because now you get a lot of cross promotions too. You get a lot of Cap guys, a lot of NYWC guys are there, CZW guys are there. So
sometimes AEW, right?
Yeah. Bronson was there,
right? I think Caster, right?
Yeah, Caster did a show too. Yeah, John Silver did a show too. Yeah,
Alvin, I got one for you. Like, if you can go back in the NYWC Wayback Machine, what tag team would you have wanted to face, and why, from the old NYWC tag team division?
The Dirty Rotten Scoundrels.
Okay.
I got a chance to work with Negro at Ace for a little bit. I think we worked each other once. I checked my wrestling book. I think we worked each other once at Ace. I think it was a tag match. Never got a chance to get into a Blade. But I saw them work. It was Mike Donovan and Rob Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
I saw them work them NYWC. I was a student at the time, so I think it was early 2012 or 2011, and they did a 5.5 minute tag match.
What?
And it was packed. Like they packed about a 15-minute match in about 5.5 minutes.
Wow.
And I was so impressed because I was a student at the time. So I was starting to really learn tag wrestling, and I'm watching the psychology, and they put on a beautiful story. Like they told such a good story, and I'll never forget that tag match. And I'm like, okay. All right, so Rob Vegas, Mike Donovan, I got to get in the ring with them, which I wound up happening, both singles and tag team. And then I got a chance to work with Negro. But I was like, okay, Dirty Rotten Scoundrels, this was one hell of a tag match. So the Dirty Rotten Scoundrels,
Wow,
because they broken up when I started doing shows. They already broken up. Blade already stopped wrestling.
I also forgot the Dead Presidents.
Dead Presidents too.
Uh-huh.
Dead Presidents, yeah.
Love to hate them because they were either
Yeah.
heels or faces, but every time I would encounter them, see them on the NYWC roster, they were always heels.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Always heels.
All Money's Legal was another.
All
great
Money's Legal. I got a
Whatever
chance to
happened to them?
Yeah.
Where did they go?
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't know. I got a chance to get with them. Yeah, they were fun.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They were always turning on teams. Always the Dead Presidents. Every time.
Yeah.
All right, a couple more questions for you. So now to go back to VPW. So now you're going to be wrestling Adam Cain at the anniversary show.
Yep.
And then you got Silky Smooth in that corner, man. That damn snake Silky Smooth, the one that you used to work with.
Yeah, Silky Smooth.
That's good. If you have any words to say to Silky, what are the words you got to?
Cover your ass, because I'm coming for it. I'm coming for it. So I will rip and plunge pillar. I'm going to kill Adam Cain, and then I'm coming for Silky Smooth. So I hope he's ready, because I'm going to throw him from one end of the arena to the other end of the arena, up and down each and every one of the aisles. It's going to be a blast. You got to be there to see it.
He better be wearing his running shoes that Nikes need to be wearing.
I get 3 solid minutes.
Uh-huh. I mean, he also tried to recruit Geek, so I don't know, but the paperwork didn't go through. I don't think.
Don't do it. Don't do it, man. Don't do
it. I guess it's in process right there, Joe. Right?
He's gonna delete the YouTube channel. Geek, you trusting him with that information?
I don't know if I trust. I'm not trusting him, man.
He's gonna delete the YouTube channel. He's gonna go into the settings and go down to the bottom where it says delete account. He's gonna delete it, and you're gonna go, What happened to the YouTube channel? Oh my god, everything's gone. He's gonna go,
maybe.
Oh well.
Maybe. Who knows?
Yeah. So buy your tickets. VPW Alvin versus Adam Cain street fight right there, man.
Got it. Yeah, man.
Man, what's also going on with Percy Ryan, man? That's another one. It's like,
I don't know.
Percy Ryan's trying to go out on his own now, right?
Yeah, I don't know why. Yeah, I saw that, man. What's going on with him?
I thought he was part of that team, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Cain Industries. Who knows?
They're crumbling. They're crumbling right there.
Yeah. They're slacking.
The only one they're gonna have left is the intern.
That's it. Yeah, right.
Last man standing right there.
That's it.
So besides Win and besides NYWC, you have anything else coming up or?
So I'm off this weekend. Then the 18th, I got New Age Wrestling up at Springfield, Mass. Then the 25th, back to Sportatorium and YWC Aftermath. Then the 31st is Win. And then VPW the 15th. Then in May, I'm back at Full Faith Wrestling on the 13th, May 13th.
Full Faith's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, so that'll be cool. So there's a couple bookings for me, but yeah, We'll see. We'll see, man.
Alvin's a busy guy right there, man.
Yeah,
Busy
try
man.
to active.
Alvin
Yeah.
the Busy Man. That's what his
Yeah,
other
yeah.
nickname should be.
Try to stay as active as I can,
Yeah, thank you so much for taking time out, Alvin.
Absolutely, guys. Thank you guys for having me, man. It's awesome.
Yeah, no problem. No
It
problem.
was awesome. Yeah, man. And we'll see you guys soon.
Yeah. We'll see. I'm the Metal Geek.
I'm Joe Pedro the Third.
I am absolute Alvin Alvarez.
And we will catch you in the next one.